You've just been pulled over. The officer's polite. Then they say, all right, just pop the trunk. Let me give a quick look in there. It sounds like an order, so you do it. But did you just obey a command, or did you give up your Fourth Amendment right without even realizing it? Police are experts at getting consent to search your property without ever formally asking, may I? Today, we're exposing the subtle tactics they use and how you can protect yourself. Let's quickly recap. The Fourth Amendment, it protects you from unreasonable searches. For a search to be legal, police generally need a warrant signed by the judge. If they don't have one, they need probable cause. It's a pretty high legal standard. But there's a third way, a golden key that opens every door, and it's your consent. It's free, it's legally binding, and it's instant. And because it's the easiest way for police to search, they have developed incredibly effective ways to get your consent from you without you even knowing you've given it up. Tactic number 1, the ambiguous command. This is the most common tactic. They phrase a request like a command. Why don't you go ahead and open up that glove box for me? Just step out of the car so I can have a quick look around your vehicle. It sounds like you have to do it. The uniform, the badge, the situation. It all implies that you must comply. But legally, everything I just said is a request. So what's the solution to this ambiguous command? The solution is you must clarify. Force them to show their hand. Ask a polite, direct question. Officer, are you ordering me to do that, or are you asking me? If it's just a request, they have to say so. And then you can refuse. I don't consent to searches. If they say it's an order, then you comply while stating, I am complying because you ordered me to do so, but I do not consent. Now, make no mistake, under the United States Supreme Court, an officer can order a person out of a car that's been pulled over for a traffic violation. They can. You don't have to agree with that. But you can still ask an officer, are you ordering me to do so, or are you asking me to do so? There's nothing wrong with clarifying. Now, don't ask a bazillion questions and don't fall into their traps. Well, why do you care? You have something to hide? Don't fall for that. But you can ask, is that an order or is it a request? Nothing wrong with that. The second tactic, good guy assumption. This tactic uses social pressure and psychology. The officer will frame the situation as a choice between being a cooperative and innocent person and a difficult and suspicious person. They'll say, if you have nothing to hide, you won't mind if I take a quick look, right? This makes you feel like saying no is an admission of guilt. It's a false choice. So what's the solution to this good guy assumption? The solution is separate your innocence from your rights. The constitutional rights are for everyone, especially the innocent. You can directly address their framing and politely decline. A perfect response is, officer, it is not a matter of having anything to hide. It's a matter of my rights. I do not consent to searches. Tactic number 3. Consent by action and silence. Sometimes they won't even use words. They'll use momentum and their own actions against you. For example, during a traffic stop, an officer might say, what's in the backpack, while reaching for it. If you hand them the backpack, well, you've consented to them searching it. At your front door, if you don't want to open the door, you're trying to talk through the door, an officer might say, it's hard to hear you out here, open on up. And then when you open the door, they simply step in. If you step back to let them in, well, you've consented to them being in your home. So what's the solution to this consent by action? You must create a verbal and physical boundary. Hold on to your property. Don't hand it over. At your door, stand your ground and state, we can talk right here. Or more directly, officer, please stay outside. You do not have my permission to enter the home. You can say, officer, that's my personal property. I don't want you to search my backpack. I do not consent to a search. Don't just hand them over things. Now, if an officer orders you to do something, or if you're confused, if it's a request or an order, simply go back to the first tactic. Is that an order or is it a request? You can never go wrong clarifying. Don't ask too many questions. Just ask direct questions. And if they don't give you a response that is responsive, say the question again. Some officers have different tactics, different tricks. Ideally, they're going to have body cams, maybe even your recording, but hopefully it comes across very clear. You do not want to be searched. You do not give consent, and there's nothing ambiguous about what you're doing. Let's do a quick summary. So whether it's an ambiguous command, social pressure, or consent by action, the solution is always the same. Clear, polite, and unambiguous refusal. The phrase, I do not consent to any searches, is your constitutional shield. It clarifies any ambiguity and stops these tactics in their track. Remember, if they had the legal right to search, they would be searching, not talking. Knowing how to recognize these tactics is the first step in protecting your rights. Now, if you found this video helpful, like and subscribe. Don't be shy. I would appreciate it. And, if you watched this long, leave me a comment. Hey, Mark, good video. Mark, I hate this video. Mark, this never is going to happen. Mark, this is stupid. Whatever. I don't care. Leave me a comment. But most importantly, remember to always plead the fifth.